Alright, hello, this will be an update for January 29th, 2026. We are in day number 3. Just started day number 3. The thing I noticed about this game is that the game didn't start the game started day number 1, but it started like we're already like 18 hours into day number 1. So it was kind of nice because we got to get research done quicker. But this shouldn't be a long video. I'm just gonna kind of go over the day's events and then what the next planned up. So overview of the events over the last 2 days, because I think the last time I put on an update was not yesterday but the day before yesterday. We know Lee started down here in Bolivia. Basically all day we've been having buildup of troops. We do have our 4, actually at this point 3. I think Shay's fighter's still on the ground, but we have right now we have 4 airplanes in the air. We have 3 of ours and then 1. He's not an enemy yet, but I suspect he's going to be an enemy. So we have a total of 4 in the air. It's build up of troops. At this point, you know, it's just kind of like a waiting game. Now, Lee pushed out a lot of units day 1, which is great. So Lee, you have a lot already. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then you took over this uphill. So good job, Lee. I know it sucks that you're not producing your navy, but we will get there. For right now, we just got to make sure that we have your border defended. So a lot of kind of things happened throughout the day. We've had Shay kind of pushing down over here, trying to take over as close as he can to Panama. I basically knew that Panama was going to fall. Venezuela, I believe, or it's Colombia, has pushed in and take over Panama. That's fine. Sorry, while I'm doing this, I have Lando watching TV next to me, so that's fine that it fell. We kind of knew that was going to happen. The main objective was just take over this area here, which we are starting. Now, he might be crossing into your area, Shay. So we just got to keep a heads up. Just keep on marching down throughout the night, throughout the day. You're going to face maybe 1 or 2 soldiers here. 2 soldiers in every single city. Run through them. Push down and take over as much area as you can before he pushes in. Except San Jose. Shay, do not take San Jose. We got a plan for that, so I'm going to go over that here soon. Other than that, Javi, good job. You took over your airbase down here, and you are moving down. You should be arriving to reinforce Lee by early midnight. And then Lee, you pushed down and you took over this city. So that was great. So now we do have a opening to send more reinforcements up to you, which we're going to use to our advantage. So we're going to try to play we're going to play this game safe, but we're also going to take a little bit of risk, just because we have a really good starting position up here, and we know that eventually we're going to have to go to war with these guys. So we're going to kind of do a little bit of both. So we talked about the big thing I wanted to cover is we were worried about Lee starting down here, because you had a lot of players around him. Chile, Argentina, Brazil are all 3 idle. They are not playing the game. We need to take advantage of that, guys. If we do not take advantage of that, these guys up here who are in a coalition are going to take advantage. Right now you have Peru, Colombia, Venezuela, and Cuba in a coalition, all 4 of them, and I guarantee you they're going to start pushing down and flanking and get on Lee's right flank. So we're gonna try to counter that while also trying to defend our homeland. So that's just a heads up down here. We have a lot of idle players except the 4 up here. Okay, let's go over the plan. So this is kind of where we left off, right? This is going to be, we wanted to make sure we protect Lee from invasion and then defend our southeast coastline. So the new plan so this is the latest map of gangs. You can see we've kind of gained area down here toward Panama. We took over this. Lee gained area over here on the west side of Bolivia, but the big thing is that all 4 of these players are moving. So they basically connected Cuba with Venezuela. They took over all these islands, and then they pushed in and took Panama. They've basically taken over Ecuador, and then they pushed in over here. So looking at the map, you can see all of the red is where they've basically taken over, and they've taken over area up here. So again, they're going to run out of space up here, and they're going to start pushing down on Lee's east flank. So here's the plan moving forward. There's really 4 main objectives that we need to accomplish, and I'm going to go over this map one by one so I can tell everybody's orders. It's just a little bit easier for me to put everybody in one map. So objective number 1, protect mainland border. That's going to be my job primarily. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rearrange my forces in Florida Texas and Mexico area, and my main job is to protect this mainland border here in case Cuba decides to attack. Going down, Shay, you have 2 objectives, and this is going to be over the next couple of days. Shay, you still need to push down and take over as close as you can to Panama, but the big thing is you need to make sure you skip San Juan, because we're going to actually save that for Lee. The second objective, Shay, I want you to do, so this supply line, I'm calling it the Lee Express that's opened up, right? So this is basically how we're going to be sending troops to and from Lee. It's very important that we keep this open, so when we get a little more later, when we start getting some naval units, we're going to make sure we keep this corridor open. But for right now, I don't expect any resistance. We're not at war with these guys, and even if we were at war with these guys, they can't really build navy. So right now, we're going to use that to our advantage. So Shay, you're going to use the Lee Express, and I want you to send reinforcements to South America. So your 2 objective, Shay, is to push down and take over to Panama, and again, you're only going to face maybe max 4 units all the way down here. So most of your other units, there's 2 things you can do. So Javi brought up a good point the other day. You can use the city. This is exactly what Javi's doing. If you have units that can board aircraft, do not use the Lee Express. The Lee Express is only for units that are not able to board aircraft. So click on your unit, and if unit says that it is able to be airlifted, then I want you to board the aircraft in Mexico City, and I want you to fly all the way down to this area here. I can't pronounce it, but you will make it all the way down. So you can board a C-17. If your units cannot board it, artillery usually can't, tanks usually can't, I want you to use the Lee Express. So only use the Lee Express if you have to. Shay, send some units, all of your extra units down to Lee, because we're going to have to start taking over some area down here. Javi, your 2 objective is to build up an air division. You're going to be in charge of building up the 81st Air Division on Nagao Island. So I don't want you to put units here yet. I want you to just build up an air force here, because we might have to attack him. So just start building up air over there. And then Javi, your other objective is to provide support for Lee. So you notice that you are going to have the 71st Division down here, but it's kind of two-toned color, because that division is actually going to belong to Lee. So it's going to be under the command of Lee wherever Lee needs it. But that basically going to be a defensive division. I don't want that one going offensive. I want them to stay behind and defend. And then Lee, last one for you. You're going to have a couple of orders. First thing, Lee, is main thing is I want you to defend the line in case he attacks, right? So you're doing good on that. That's going to be right here. So we have the aircraft up. We can see what units he's building up. But just be ready for that. Remember, Lee, very, very important, you get a 25% bonus for any units that are fighting on your mainland. You click on your unit, you click right here, you can see it's a plus 25% defensive bonus. Fight on your mainland, do not fight on his land, and then you'll basically be 25% stronger. The second thing, Lee, I want you to send 2 units through the Lee Express to secure San Jose. This is going to be a backup plan just in case. So just in case we get overrun down here, Lee, I want you to take over one city, which is San Jose here, and just establish a foothold, so that way you can stay to the end of the game in case we have to defend our mainland and just try to survive to the end of the game, and then we'll probably get you Cuba. But just for right now, Lee, take over San Jose as quick as you can, and Shay, like I said, go around it. The last thing I want you to do, Lee, we need to take advantage of these guys being idle. Because of that, we're going to do a small attack. Lee, I want you to send 5-6 units, and I want you to push east, and I want you to take the land south of the river. So you're going to basically be taking here. Take over all of this land. It's not a lot. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 provinces in a city. Take over this area slow and steady, because they still have to take over all of this area before they get down. But I want to create a defensive foothold in case they start pushing down, and I want you to take over this area. Other than that, that is it, guys. I tried to make it short and sweet. I will send this PowerPoint of the orders.